Now, we've done this before, but with the new fairy pack out today, I wanted to try this again, but with a little bit of a challenge. Today, we are going to be recreating the Disney fairies, only using the base game and the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack. In The Sims 4, obviously. Thank you, EA, for allowing me early access to this pack. I appreciate you so much. Use code Ryeua if you're going to be purchasing the pack for yourself. Clearly, we're here in Create a Sim, and I feel like it would only make sense to start with the girl herself, Miss Tinkerbell. While I create her face, I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. My editor always puts it on screen, but this information is from disneyfairies.fandom.com. Tinkerbell, also named Tink or Miss Bell, is a tinker-talented fairy. Despite her cute appearance, Tinkerbell is very sassy, feisty, stubborn, and hot-tempered. However, despite her rough exterior, at her core, Tinkerbell is devoted and loyal to those she loves and will eventually come to terms with those she initially resents, should they prove themselves worthy of friendly treatment. Before we continue with today's video, I would love to tell you about one of my favorite games and the sponsor of today's video, Disney Dreamlight Valley by Gameloft. P.S. If you play Disney Dreamlight Valley, stick around to the end of this segment to get a super secret in-game redemption code. Disney Dreamlight Valley, if you don't know, is an adventure/simulation game where the possibilities are endless. You can complete quests and befriend your favorite Disney and Pixar characters, farm, cook, and craft till your heart's content, or even build and design your valley, your house, and your look. Another amazing thing about Disney Dreamlight Valley is that the team at Gameloft is constantly giving us new content. This time around, there's not one, but 2 updates out now. First, in the Mysteries of Skull Rock update, you will team up with the Forgotten in a nostalgic quest to uncover the secrets of Skull Rock, which lead to the arrival of Peter Pan. Secondly, the Unwritten Realms update, which is part 2 and the conclusion of the Storybook Vale DLC. This update brings you into a world of fairy tale magic. Descend into the Unwritten Realms to rescue Maleficent and Aurora, and bring them to live in your valley. With this new update comes a brand new Adventures in Neverland Star Path, which includes swashbuckling fashion options, mystical mermaid costumes, and the one I'm most stoked for is Pixie-inspired decor. It's a fairy summer, y'all. And last but not least, a new companion, Max from Disney's The Little Mermaid. So if you like cozy adventure games and Disney and Pixar films, then Disney Dreamlight Valley is the game for you. Grab it for yourself at the link in my description, or you can scan the QR code you see here on screen. Don't forget to also redeem this code to get some special in-game stuff. Thank you again to Gameloft for sponsoring today's video and for continuing to be a sponsor of the channel. And a huge thank you to you guys watching, as without you guys, we wouldn't get sponsors like these. Now let's get back to the video. And this is the face that I came up with for Tinkerbell. I tried my best. This is a bit of a challenge for me without my custom content, but I love a good challenge. I did give her some little brown lashes. These are the new ones that we got with the fairy pack. I think they look so stinking cute. Or I think they might be base game actually. Yeah, I think so. Also, one thing is that we don't really have Tinkerbell's exact eye color in The Sims 4 either. Her eyes are a very deep blue, and we just don't have that royal blue color, so I do apologize. Anyways, let's move on to makeup really quick. I do want to give her some blush. I think I like this one because it's like a little tiny bit on the nose, which I like, and it's a little bit more natural. Sorry once again about the watermark that's going around the screen. This is like early access, and so they put this watermark on the screen. I can't do anything about it. It's just gonna have to be there. I do apologize. Moving on to eyeliner. Do I even want any? I don't think so. Tinkerbell does have a very iconic red lip though, so I'm definitely gonna give our sim that. It's more of like a mauve-y color, kind of like that. I don't really like how her lips are looking. Give me one sec. Okay, I think I fixed them and I think I like them a little bit better. I do want to add the little highlight. This is, by the way, a base game thing. This was designed by Peachy Fairy, and this is one of my favorite things to use when I'm making base game sims because it just adds just a little bit and it's cute. And I think I do want to add something on the eyes, maybe like a little like light brown shadow or something, just to give Tink some dimension. Okay, now moving on to hair. Once again, we're only using the base game in the new pack, so the hair might not be the most accurate, but I'm gonna try my best. Also, Tinkerbell's hair is more this color, so I feel like maybe we should go with it. Also, it seems like her eyebrows are like brown. Yeah, okay. This one's a contender. I don't love the bang part, but we'll see. This one's another good one. Ooh, we could use this one from the new pack because I don't think any of the other fairies have an updo, if I'm not mistaken. So this could be a vibe, but once again, the bangs just aren't quite right. I don't really want to use this one, but I feel like it's the most accurate. Or we could go for this one. I don't know. Are the bangs more iconic or is it the bun? You know what? Let's go with the pigtails. Let's switch it up. I'm also going to give Tink some little earrings as well as this little key necklace just because I feel like it's very her. And with that, this is going to be Tink's face all complete. complete. Let's move on to the outfit. I'm pretty sure we have a Tinkerbell dress, or at least a outfit. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be perfect. So stinking cute. Do we have some little flats to go with this? Please say yes. I don't actually think we have any flats. At least green ones we don't have. But I feel like these shoes kind of give a vibe of Tinkerbell's shoes. So I think I might give her these. I kind of want to give her the skin effects because it's just so cool. I'm going to turn it down just a tad. But isn't this stunning? And for nails, I think I'm just going to give her some little cutesy skin colored ones. Now I did forget to make her a fairy, so let me do that really quick. Let's see what I can do for wings. I'm hoping that we just kind of have a preset that's similar to the Pixie Hollow wings. These ones are kind of giving, not quite though. They're very specific, so it's kind of hard to like be like, yeah, that one for sure, you know? I think the closest shape-wise is these. I am gonna see, what if I just make it all white? I feel like they're definitely giving Tink. What if I made them like a little beige? Does that even really change anything? I feel like it really didn't do much, but I like the beige a little bit more. Let's add some funsies and add like a little vine maybe. Maybe we could add some bracelets or something, like give Tink something that it looks like she made, like that. I kind of like the two little brown bracelets. Let's go with that. And I think that's going to be Tinkerbell's outfit all complete. Let's move on to the traits and aspiration. I feel like we should give her the fairy stories one, just because I feel like it makes the most sense with her journey. I'm going to give her hot-headed, loyal, and ambitious. And I think that is going to be our Tinkerbell all complete. I think she turned out super duper cute. Let's move on to our next sim. I'm feeling like doing Silver Mist next. While I do Silver Mist's face, let me tell you a little bit about her. Silver Mist, also known by Sil by her friends, is a water talent fairy. In the films, Silver Mist is delightfully offbeat and has an upbeat way of looking at everything. Unfortunately, jokes and expressions do not get very far past her doorstep, and she takes hyperbole very literally. Very much a free spirit, she often listens to her heart more than her head. She is an easygoing and shy soul who is eager to please and makes friends easily. Her sense of loyalty is unmatched and rubs off on Tinkerbell. Here is the face that I came up with for Silver Mist. I actually think I did a better job on her face than I did with Tinkerbell. However, I definitely think her eyes could be a little bit bigger, but I can only make them so big. But I still think I did a pretty good job. And we also have like almost her exact eye color, at least from the photo that I'm referencing. Her eyes look like a kind of like pinky reddy color almost, but I think she looks great. As for makeup, I can actually see that Silver Mist is wearing a little bit of like a pink eyeshadow. It looks like it's just on her top lid and it looks very subtle. So I'm just gonna do this purple. Oh, actually no, this pink color is a little bit better. Maybe change the hue up a little tiny bit and then turn down the opacity, maybe turn up the brightness. And I don't think I want any other lashes. We should have an option to be able to take off these default lashes. Like that just looks not good. Like layered on top of each other. It just is not the vibe. Well, now I feel like she looks naked without them. Okay, I'm gonna add them. It's fine. Definitely blush. I don't love this blush placement. Maybe I'll give her like higher up blush than Tink. Yeah, I think it looks cute. It kind of blends with her makeup too. Her lips are kind of like a magenta-y color. Yeah, cute. Kind of like that. Her eyebrows are also a little bit more round. Can I round them out a little bit more? Perfect. I also feel like this is a little too dark. That's better. Hair. I hope that her hair is going to be a little bit easier. The problem is that a lot of the base game hairs are ugly. I think this hair is the most similar, so I'm gonna go with this. Moving on to jewelry. I don't know how I feel about that. I want something that looks like a water droplet, or a pearl could be cool. Yeah, I think I like the pearl. And for a necklace, I was thinking the crystals would make the most sense for Silver Mist. Yeah, cute. Okay, I think that's gonna be Silver Mist's face all complete. Let's move on to her outfit. Now I think we have a dress that's like Silver Mist. It kind of looks like this. Does this come in a blue? Oh, okay, wait, that's almost kind of the exact thing that she's wearing. I think this is what I'm gonna go with. She definitely needs the body gloss because she's a water fairy, so she's like wet, I guess. I don't want her to look like sweaty though. Let's give her some blue nails, maybe like a very light blue. Yeah, that's really pretty. I'm gonna give her a couple rings just because I feel like it. Okay, cute. As for shoes, I feel like these would look really pretty with this as well, so I think I'm gonna give her these. And that's gonna be Silver Mist's outfit. Let's go to traits and aspiration. I'm gonna give her the angling ace just because it's the only like water one that we have. I think I'm gonna give her maybe childish, loyal, and I'm gonna give her mystical. I did forget about her wings, but I didn't entirely because I'm doing them now. Why? Wait, I'm just realizing that the fairy version changes their face so much. Oh no. Wait, why? Oh, interesting. Well, this is a beta version, guys, so that might be why this is happening. This is not the final version, so there will be fixes and all that fun stuff. But let me try and fix this really quick. Well, it's a little bit similar. It's not quite exactly the same, but I guess just you're gonna have to bear with me on this one. I'm gonna give her the same wings that I gave Tink, but I'm gonna make them a very light blue instead of a beige. I'm gonna switch back to the main version just because her face is more accurate here, but this is gonna be our Silver Mist sim all complete. This dress is so stunning. I cannot wait to play with fairies. Next, we are going to be doing Iridesa. While I create Iridesa's face, let me tell you a little bit about her. Iridesa is a perky and energetic light fairy. Iridesa is kind and friendly, but extremely worrisome, a trait that becomes more prominent as time goes on. Thanks to her many friends being reckless and lacking foresight, she has a lot to worry about. Generally, most of the jokes surrounding her will be about her responding to a stressful situation, either being fearful or nervous. Here is the face that I came up with for Iridesa. I think she's the prettiest one I've made so far. No offense to Silver Mist and Tinkerbell, but I think that I like her face the best. For Iridesa's makeup, she is clearly to me wearing a glittery yellow eyeshadow. Do we even have anything like glittery? That kind of is glittery, but I was hoping for something a little bit more glittery, but I don't think we've got any. Like, this is glittery, but like clearly this is not what we want. I think with switching around the opacity and stuff, this is giving kind of what she's got going on. I'm gonna give her some blush just for some dimension, and I think I'm gonna give her a highlight on her nose as well. Very cute. As for her lips, it looks like to me like she's wearing like a kind of like orangey nude gloss, kind of like a this color. Okay, cute. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for her hair because it clearly is to me that she has some sort of like braided situation, but I also love that we have the tinsel. Oh wait, does this have the tinsel? Ooh. Oh, of course we don't. Okay, never mind. It's not the right color. What if we did this hairstyle? I love this hairstyle. It's one of my favorites in the base game. I kind of want to use it. I think I'm gonna. As for accessories, I feel like we should give her these little like yellow earrings. I feel like the crystal could be fun for her as well. And I think with that, this is going to be Iridesa's face all complete. Let's move on to her outfit. I think I'm going to put her in a similar outfit to Tinkerbell, if not the exact same one, because their outfits kind of have a similar vibe. Cute, cute. Give her some little yellow nails. And I want to switch up her shoes. I don't really know what she's wearing for shoes, but I want to switch them up. So I'm going to give her sandals. I think I'm going to give her this little flower band here. And I think that's going to be Iridesa's outfit all complete. I'm just going to give her the last name Faye because I don't think Iridesa has, well, they technically are all don't have last names, but Iridesa definitely doesn't. So I think I'm going to give her Nature Nomad. Oh no, I feel like that would make more sense for other fairies. Maybe since she's so smart, I'll give her Nerd Brain. For traits, I'm going to give her Genius, Perfectionist, and Neat. I don't know. Once again, almost forgot about her wings and to make her a fairy altogether. I don't think that changed her face, did it? Now I'm worried about this face changing business. Okay, no, it didn't change her face. That's good. Good to know. Gonna go with the same wings again, but this time I'm going to give them a like orange hue. Beautiful. I wonder if we go back to Silver Mist if her face is gonna be strange still. It still is. Let me try something here. Let me make her not a fairy and then maybe make her a fairy again. Okay, that seemed to fix it. Just a little bit of a glitch. Once again, not final software, but at least now we know that if you run into that glitch where your Sim's face is changing, all you gotta do is make them not a fairy and then make them a fairy again. But with all of those shenanigans, this is going to be our Iridesa sim all complete. I think she's my favorite so far. I think she looks stunning. Let's move on to our next sim, which is going to be Fawn. While I create Fawn's face, let me tell you a little bit about her. Fawn is a animal talent fairy. Fawn is rascally and full of mirth and mischief. She's always ready to play, and the more rough and tumble the game, the better. Fawn is a born prankster. She likes to play tricks on Iridesa, and Tinkerbell loves her mischievous nature. She speaks many different animal languages, but the burp-like toad speak is her favorite. Fawn also has a softer side to her as one of the caretakers of Mother Dove. Here is the face that I came up with for Fawn. Excuse the freckles. The nose is making them look like warped, and it's very troubling to me, but there is really nothing I can do about got it. Anyways, I think I did pretty good on her face. Let's give her makeup. It looks like to me like she's not really wearing any, other than she is definitely wearing a bright lip. So I think I'm gonna prioritize that. Give her a little bit of blush, make her look sun-kissed. Yeah, it kind of just looks like that. As for her lashes, I was thinking of giving her some little brown ones. Yeah, that's cute. And there's not really anything that I can see going on her eyelids, so I don't think I'm gonna put anything. Oh, almost forgot her ears. Moving on to hair. A bit worried about this one because her hair is very specific. It's bangs with like a super long braid. My AC was on and I forgot to turn it off. I apologize. We could go for this one or this one with the ribbon. Or maybe we do this ponytail. Although like the bangs are quite horrendous, I feel like this is the vibe that her like hairstyle is giving. So I think I'm gonna go with this. I kind of want to give her some like little brown leaf earrings and maybe no necklace. Maybe I'll come back and add one later. But this is gonna be Fawn's face all complete. Let's move on to her outfit. Fawn is wearing a dress, I believe. Yeah, it's like a one piece. Uh-oh, I think we've run into our first like roadblock. Actually, I feel like this kind of works. Definitely gonna give her this little band thing here. And I'm gonna give her some sandals because I feel like she's gonna need to be able to move. Chasing around all those animals. As well as some short orange nails. And I think that's gonna be Fawn all complete. Did I forget to make her a fairy as well? Yes, that is the theme of today. Wings, but I'm gonna try and make them like a burnt orange. I might even add like an accent of green maybe. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. And that's gonna be her outfit. Moving on to traits and aspirations. Obviously, I'm going to give her nature nomad. I'm gonna give her vegetarian since she's, you know, an animal fairy, and definitely goofball and loves the outdoors. And with that, this is going to be our Fawn sim all complete. I think she turned out so stinking cute. Let's move on to our next sim, which is going to be my favorite, Rosetta. While I create Rosetta's face, let me tell you a little bit about her. Rosetta is a charming and well-mannered garden fairy. Rosetta in the movies is at first depicted as somewhat mature with a southern accent. She scolds Tinkerbell for messing about with dangerous plant creatures and gives some solid advice. By the third film, she is now converted into a very fussy fairy who doesn't really do mud, hating getting dirty. Several jokes now feature her trying to avoid dirt, admonishing others, and acting upset. She gets embarrassed easily, fails at athletics, can't get along with animals, and often gets teased by the other fairies, especially Vidia. Here's the face that I came up with for Miss Rosetta. I think I did an okay job. I don't know, it just for some reason was a tad bit harder than the rest of them for me. As for Rosetta's makeup, it looks like to me that she is wearing some pink eyeshadow. Ooh, kind of like so. Okay, perfect. And let's give her some lashes. I think I just want to add on to these to make them a little bit more full. Give her a little bit of blush. She is wearing a red lip, so I'm going to give her that. And I think that's her makeup. Moving on to her hair, she is a ginger, but her hair is very specific. It's like pulled back and curly. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do for that. I feel like this one here is our best bet. For her, for some reason, I'm feeling like a fairy crown would be cool. So I'm going to give her one. I also did forget her ears. Let me give her those, even though you can't really see them under the hair anyways. I definitely want to give her some jewelry. I think I'm just going to give her these little pearl earrings. You can't really see them too well, but they're there. As for a necklace, we could give her this. I think that could be cool. And with that, this is going to be Rosetta's face all complete. Let's move on to her outfit. Now, Rosetta is wearing a dress. It is pink. I like this one because it looks like it's like made out of flowers. So I think I'm going to go with this one. As for shoes, I'm going to give her some little pink shoes. I'm going to give Rosetta some gloves just to make it more fun because I haven't given any of the fairies that yet. I'm going to give her some red nails. Oh, I've been forgetting to give them the body shimmer, but I'm going to give her that. Cute. I think that's going to be Rosetta's outfit all complete. Let's move on to traits and aspiration. Since she's a garden fairy, I feel like it only makes sense to give her the freelance botanist aspiration. I'm going to give her neat, self-assured, and maybe romantic. And once again, almost forgot to make her a fairy. I gotta keep on track of this. I've been really, really bad at this so far. This time around, I'm gonna make her wings a little bit more of like a pinky red color. Beautiful. And with that, here is our Rosetta sim all complete. Moving on to our last and final sim, which is not you, which is going to be Vidia. Let me tell you a little bit about Vidia while I create her face. Vidia is a fast flying fairy, and she prides herself on being the fastest fairy there is, and scoffs at the notion that anyone else, especially a fairy like Tinkerbell, is anywhere near her level. Vidia tends to be secretive, self-centered, and believes not all fairies are created equal. However, Vidia's personality in the films changes a great deal. Here is the face that I came up with for Miss Vidia. I feel like I did a pretty good job. Starting off with Vidia's makeup. She is very iconically wearing a purple kind of smoky eye. Oh, okay, wait, why is that kind of perfect? Yeah, I think that's it. That's just what I'm gonna go with. Do I want to give her eyeliner? No. Give her a little bit of blush. Do we want to do lashes? Yeah, might as well add a little bit of fullness. Vidia is also wearing a like pinky purple lip, like a mauve color. So I am going to follow suit. Okay, cute. I think that's Vidia's makeup. Moving on to hair. Clearly we are not gonna have something like Vidia's hair, but I was thinking we could do the new hair. It has purple streaks in it too. Wait, oh my god, it's perfect. Definitely doing this. Gonna give her some purple earrings. Cute, cute. And I think that's gonna be Vidia's face all complete. Let's move on to her outfit. I did make her a little bit more muscular as she is a fast flying fairy, so she's like an athlete. Anyways, her outfit is purple. I was kind of thinking of putting her in something like this. Maybe kind of like pairing the two together. But she is wearing pants. Do we have like a pant outfit? I think I'm gonna stick to what I was originally thinking. And we can maybe give her some pants with some tights, like so. Let's give Vidia here some boots. I think she would like boots. I feel like the bottom half of her right now is giving Jinx. As for nails, I'm gonna give her some like dark, maybe even like black nails. Yeah, that could be fun. Ooh, let's give her the gloves. Do they come in purple? Not really. I'm gonna give her these like green ones. Let's make Vidia a fairy. I've literally forgotten every single time. Let's make Vidia's a like light purpley color. Cute, cute. And that's gonna be Vidia's outfit all complete. Let's move on to her traits and aspiration. I think I'm gonna give her the bodybuilder aspiration because she's a fast flying fairy. I'm gonna give her the jealous trait, the mean trait, and the active trait. Actually, instead of the mean trait, I'm gonna give her disruptive. And with that all complete, this is going to be our Vidia sim all complete, which means we have completely finished all of our Pixie Hollow Fairies only using the base game and the Enchanted by Nature pack. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like this video, maybe go watch another one, specifically my Enchanted by Nature build video that I posted last week, as I pretty much made these fairies so that you could have sims to play in the house with. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely go check that out. I'm also going to be creating more outfits for these sims over on the Patreon and for YouTube members. So if that interests you as well, the links for that will be in the description below. Make sure to check out the description where you can find all my other social medias like my Instagram, TikTok, and my Twitch, where I'm live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Once again, thank you EA for giving me early access to this pack. It truly has been a dream to be able to check out this pack early. I never would have imagined that I would have gotten early access to any packs ever, so having so much early access is really just such a blessing, and it's all thanks to you guys, and thank you to EA for recognizing my content. I appreciate it. If you're going to be purchasing the Enchanted by Nature pack, please use code RYEUASIM at checkout, as I receive a small commission when you do so, and it would mean a lot to me, and it's just another way that you can support me and the channel. And with all that being said, I will see you guys next time. Bye!